Hello, English learners. Kimberly here, and welcome to day 32 of the Learn to Speak English Without Fear 33-Day Challenge. Have you ever noticed this? You can start a conversation in English. You can talk about the weather. You can talk about work. You can talk about what happened on the weekend. But somehow, conversations never go any deeper. They stay polite. They stay surface level. And when it ends, you feel like, I spoke English, but I didn't really connect. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you how to move beyond small talk and create real meaningful connections in English without sounding awkward, intrusive, or uncomfortable. Here's what usually happens. You meet someone, you say, "Hi, how are you? What do you do? Nice weather today, huh?" And they answer, you smile, they smile, and then silence. You want to ask something deeper, you want to connect, but you don't know how to transition. So you either repeat the same topics or you let the conversation die. This is not a vocabulary problem. This is a conversation strategy problem. Here's something most people never learn. Deep conversations are designed, not improvised. Native speakers don't jump into deep conversations, they transition. And once you learn those transitions, English conversations stop feeling shallow. So, how do you transition from small talk? Well, you don't go deep suddenly. You use bridge phrases. These phrases gently move the conversation forward. You use natural transition phrases like, that actually reminds me of something, or speaking of that, or on a slightly different note, or I've been thinking about this lately. For example, small talk. So, how was your weekend? A transition would be, I've been thinking about this lately. How do you usually recharge after a busy week? See what happened? Same topic, deeper direction. Now, once you've transitioned, you don't interrogate, you invite reflection, depth questions that feel natural, like, what made you interested in that? Or, how did that experience change you? Or, what do you enjoy most about it? Or, what's been challenging about that? An example of this would be, you mentioned changing careers. What made you decide that it was time for a change? This feels human, not invasive, not awkward. Depth isn't just about asking, it's about responding. Use soft responses that show presence. Um, like, that makes sense, or I can relate to that, or that sounds challenging, or I've felt something very similar. Then reflect back. So, what you're saying is, this makes the other person feel seen, listened to. You also need to share a bit of yourself because connection is not a one-way street. It's a two-way street. You don't overshare, you mirror. For example, some self-sharing phrases might be, I can relate. I remember when, or I had a similar experience actually. Or for me, it was a bit different. Keep it short, but keep it real. We also need to know how to lighten a conversation or how to exit a conversation. Depth doesn't mean heavy forever. Good communicators know how to rebalance. Use a soft exit or a phrase that will reset the tone, like, that was a really interesting conversation, or thanks for sharing that with me. Or on a lighter note, or, oh, by the way, an example of this might be, that was a really thoughtful conversation. Thanks for sharing. But on a lighter note, have you tried food here? smooth, natural, confident. Here's a very simple exercise. I want you to start with small talk, then use one transition phrase, then ask one depth question, then use a reflect and share briefly, then exit gracefully. Practice this with a friend or with a language partner or even alone out loud. English is not just about being understood, it's about being felt. When you can go beyond small talk, people remember you. Conversations feel natural and relationships grow. And English stops being a barrier, it becomes a bridge. Here's what I want you to remember. You don't need perfect English to connect. You need intentional conversation skills. You are allowed to be courteous. You are allowed to go deeper. And now you know how to do it in English. If this lesson helped you, save it, come back to it. Practice it. This is how fluency becomes a part of you. I'll see you in the next lesson. Goodbye and God bless.